Who are you?
I'm the princess. And that's Lynn. Nice to meet you. Are you all right? Yeah, thank you.
Now, this is how feminism affects everything. If you want to do a movie that features reality, princesses, especially in those past eras, you have to understand that princesses did no work. So you have to be true to the form. You cannot bring an action hero, and then create a situation where the princess is a female that is beating up everybody. Now you can try to explain it away in, in let's say in a setting where she was not raised as a princess. Perhaps something happened, there was a plot to kill her father or something, or to protect her life, either a maid or the mother gave her away and then she was raised somewhere else. So now what happens is that she comes back and, she grew or was raised outside of royalty and nobility. So she has all the street smarts and, she had a tough life. So she had that she probably learned a lot of things, including the ability to fight. But even that has to be explained in those eras, because femininity was valued in a woman. It was an asset for a woman, not masculinity. Masculinity was a negative for a woman. It was not to a woman's advantage, just like femininity and men being effeminate was not to any man's advantage in those eras, because a man had to be tough and it was to a woman's advantage for her to be feminine. So these are two conflicting things. But of course, because of wokeness, this is the kind of thing we see. So you have to understand that this movie, just like a lot of Hollywood, is all about propaganda. They are making their woke beliefs change their telling of history and the perception of history that newer generations are going to have. And if we are not able to learn from the lessons of history, what do we have?
Sir, sweet little princess.
And of course, this goes with the Hollywood idea of the princess is always in distress, or the female is the damsel in distress, or the princess looking for Prince Charming, waiting for Prince Charming to rescue her. So it's that I don't need a man, the princess is rescuing herself. She's able to beat up the men herself, the bad guys herself. So that is what this is promoting. But this is based on unrealistic foolishness, and this is what we keep seeing. I know this is why I keep emphasizing the importance of Christians to go into the entertainment landscape, go into everything basically, but including the entertainment landscape, make the movies and tell the story, because understand that the world, they are telling their stories through all they are doing. Only just I believe it was this year, that we saw the video of the Disney executives, and their mission for homosexuality and transgenderism, that they want to push on kids. They are making more programs about it. Even the new Toy Story, features a homosexual kiss. They put a homosexual story in a cartoon for children. A lot of parents, they let their kids go watch cartoons and, on cable and all that, especially in places like Africa, places that are not really strongly, I'll say they are still influenced by the West, but at least they are not officially part of the West, officially, as far as, as far as that can go. But this people, parents don't know what their children are watching. They think it is innocent. Those days have gone. Now a lot of children's programming have a lot of adult things, have a lot of homosexuality and all of that. Recently I heard a pastor saying that, and this is a pastor in Nigeria, Africa. He was saying that a woman came to him and was complaining that her son, says that, he wants to be a woman, that he believes that he's a woman in a man's body. But you see, the in as much as the pastor didn't quite know how to deal with that, the pastor was just like saying, there's something wrong with him upstairs, and that does he want to try that in Nigeria? That will not work in Nigeria and all of that. But the reality of the matter is that that boy has been indoctrinated, by American media. That is all. When you watch Netflix, all the shows, all of that, the new civil rights is homosexuality and gay and LGBT. So your children are being taught that, this is how people are born, that this is natural, this is the new thing, and that, their parents and the way their parents think is old and old fashioned. So there's a lot of indoctrination going on. Doesn't matter how far away you are from America itself or UK itself or Canada itself, as long as their media has a dominant, footing in your nation, that is a threat. So we need to understand the importance of taking over the entertainment landscape and being the ones who put our Christian message, put the godly message there. And we must take down the Netflixes, the Disneys, the MGN. There are a lot of people who are lost, mostly, the Christians who think that, Christianity is about, you become a Christian and then you become quiet in a church, and they spend their time condemning other Christians or attacking other Christians. Oh, you're not doing Christianity right, you're not doing Christianity right, Anytime you listen to a Christian, a lot of times on YouTube, they are just dissing other Christians, That is not the way, that is not it.
Yeah, you hungry, love?
And also, let's examine the foolishness of this. There is a princess, Shouldn't a princess, be, the daughter of a king, and then the king has his army, and the princess obviously is, entitled to her own security and her own guards. Where would she find the time to get this kind of training, to be able to fight skilled fighters, and troublemakers, because that's what these certain bad guys are. Where will she learn that? If she's learning it for her own protection, if let us say you want to make up that kind of story, which didn't really happen in real life, but let's say you want to put that in a storyline, okay, that for the queen's protection, for the princess protection, she's taught some certain things about self-defense, Still, she has a lot of guards. This is somebody that has an entire kingdom behind them. So where would they find the time to be doing this kind of thing? It's like, let's say someone is merely a millionaire. Do you think anybody, where will anybody get the chance to go up to them and beat them up? Think about the security they have. Then you're talking about somebody that has an entire kingdom behind them, and then is finding themselves. This is basically irresponsible, even for her. Let's say that she went out on her own and, she's seeking her own adventure or whatever. That is irresponsible. And let us say that is not even the case. This is still irresponsible. Certain things are expected of certain people, and certain levels that people are. Those things should be honored.